Am I alive? Am I broken? Might be live, might be broken. All right. We're in here. Markets are open. We're getting an absolute pumpity pump up. Hey. Can't tell if my panel's working or not here. Good morning, Mr. Brett, sir. Good morning, brother. Let's make some money today, huh? Look at this market, just straight up to the upside here. Apparently, we had Trump and the Chinese dude there come to an agreement for tariffs, somewhat of a mini deal. We have a 90-day slowdown on tariffs. We have a only, I think it's 114% reduction in tariffs, so only 90. We only have a 30%, and they have like a something like that. Yeah, we got some good news though that the market loved over close here. So we're getting some rip. I can feel it in the air. Yeah, you feel it in the air. Come on. Let's have a day. Let's be patient. Let's find a spot where it makes sense to join. Let's just make some money. Right now we're already selling down. Opening price was the 900s. We're almost 100 points below that. Lots of money to be made today. Hey. Selling straight down into the what looks like the VWAP at the moment. Let's get a better picture of this monthly candle, or this hourly here. We already swept a bunch of liquidity here at the 20,000 100s. Some possible liquidity here at the 760s. Right about where we ripped from. Okay. Bullish. That's all I'm seeing here. Just bullish. We are up to the upside right now, gentlemen. Where'd this get to? Not even that bottom yet. Okay. Hey. We got time. I thought Trump was speaking at 9. There's a little smelly smell going on. A little smelly smell. It kind of smells a little smelly. Wee. Woo. Woo. Like a little Getting a press towards the VWAP now at the 770s. A little dippy dip right here, right now. Into the 800s, already 120 points below opening print price. Lots of volatility, lots of points to be grabbed. You can make a lot of money today if you just be patient, find a spot that makes sense for you. Hey. Still continuing down here so far. Massive London rip. This is London low, so not gonna lie, that feels kind of protected. Might just try a long right off the VWAP here. Could possibly just ripple along right off the old VWAP here. My thing is all laggy. Whoa. Whoa. Hey, whoa, hey, whoa. How was your Mother's Day yesterday, Saucy? Still getting a little dippy dip here. I want to see this just bounce right off this VWAP. We might, I mean, this is London low, so I'm expecting this gap to be somewhat protected. This bottom, I'm thinking is going to be kind of protected. I guess we could come all the way back into here. I just don't see that being the immediate reaction. But we're going to be patient and find out. Trump's going to be talking here at some point. Tell you already is. He's live right now. He's live right now. Whoa. Whoa. Here's a pullback into the VWAP. Tempted to try to take it, but we're going to be a little bit more patient, although I really don't mind it. Could possibly look for like a 759 type of a long. Went pretty well. The day had a much different feel than it usually does. Yeah, man, I imagine. Get to celebrate your beautiful girl there and mother your baby. It was a good day. I got to see my whole fam. Got to see my sister and her kiddo. Got to see my aunt and her kids. My mom, obviously. My grandmother. So all the generations were there, and we had a nice cookout and had a really good time. Had a really good time, buddy. Tempted to long this VWAP pullback. Just want to see that the bulls are really playing before we do, though. Slight reaction out the VWAP so far. I see a little bit more conviction. Hey, hey. Excuse me. Officially got a good VWAP touch. We'll see the reaction from the buyers here. Market's been open for 10 minutes so far, and we've just seen lower prices so far. Just seen some lower prices so far. We had a big agreement overnight with Trump and China. And now we're hopefully going to see some... I mean, we're already seeing a lot of volatility. We're down 150 points from open down to that VWAP. So volatility feels like it's back for the moment. Let's see if we get some continuation, what kind of reaction we're actually going to be seeing. If this is going to be the bottom where we start seeing the the bulls take it right back up, then we're going to see some obvious candles, right? Some decent structure and probably some obvious candles. So really no reason to rush. We have the idea of where we're heading. We just got to be patient. Keep yawning. Come on. Wake up, kid. We're in here, kid. Let's shoot. Getting a dip down into the VWAP again here. Will we see some continuation from the sellers? Yes, we're getting it. This is practically where I would want to be interested in trying to poke at this. So we want to see this react. Find buyers here at these 750s. The 750s where I'd take a first stab. Trying to see these longs hold. Still not even 15 minutes in, so we can be a little bit more patient. Lots of opportunity to make some money today. We're ranging. 170 points below opening print price already. At any point here, we're just looking for a nice reaction from the buyers. Proof of continuation. Strong push now. Trying back to the VWAP. Will it hold? We want to see a very clear candle to support the bias, which, if you're sleeping under a rock, is long right now. We're feeling very long. Since the US and China have come to a sort of a deal, a little mini deal, a little temporary 90-day deal, reduced tariffs for everybody, see how we operate. Currently 10 points below the VWAP after the sellers were able to push it down below. Reclaiming it here and having the EMA bounce off it will be very bullish. Right now we're just waiting. Nothing to do. Nothing to do. Nothing to panic. Just be patient. Find a good setup. We know the direction that we feel the market's going to be leaking towards. Obviously, we have a big gap below that was created overnight for the weekend, but I'm expecting that to be held a little longer than probably just today, since this is still day one of the information. We could get a pullback into it, though. There's no guarantee for anything. Price is trying to get back above the VWAP now. Trying to get back above the VWAP, above the EMA would be strong here. Trying back to the 790s. First 15 minutes has been set now. Just give a little map out of that. That. First 15 minutes, we got him locked in now. Holding above the VWAP. We're getting basing it back above it. This dip was kind of where I'd be looking to really get a good entry. Expecting us to hold this. We have a bottom here that's clear and set. Want to see price maybe try it, and then see some reaction. We're trying it now. Back to the bottom of this 15-minute range. Any strong reaction from here will give us a little bit more information. We're slightly below the VWAP at the moment. Just waiting for a spot where these longs that have been clear overnight are going to be showing themselves again. Squeezy, squeezy. We have this level now. See how the price is reacting. Waiting for a breakout here. Feeling pretty good about it. We're compressing below the VWAP and the EMA at the moment. Get back above both of those. Should have 50% of the 15-minute range open. Possibly back to the top of the range. We pulled back into VWAP now. We've seen the structure. We're getting a bottom. Things are lining up. Ciao, ciao. You dipping out of here, Saucy? You dipping out, brother? Back above the 800s will be bullish. Back above the 800s would be bullish for the longs here. Dave Horton with the Scoozy thing. Yes, sir. Bam, 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 boom, bam, 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 boom. Getting a good reaction now from the VWAP. We pushed below, found some support, got back above, tried below it again. Bulls are taking it higher. We could probably try to get an entry at the VWAP now. We might get another dippy dip into it. We're going to have an order placed just in case. Just in case we do get a little dippy dip back to it. Expecting it to probably not deliver right away to our price, but we're hoping. We're already below the EMA, so EMA is starting to curl off the VWAP there. It's a good sign for the bulls. Hey, 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 hey. We have an order currently placed at the 774s. Prices at the 800s. Kind of want to see price get above these 800s. I'm expecting a pretty big red pull candle here just to kind of fill some immediates, but we'll see what happens. Hey, hey, hey. Price is above the 800s for the moment. Got an order at the 74s. Wouldn't mind a fill here at the VWAP. Press below the WAP. Got some support. Bulls pushed it back up. Now we're looking for a possible retest. And then that's where we're going to be interested. Price is pushing the 820s now. Trying back towards that 50% range. I'm not going to cancel our order yet. I still don't mind us to get a quick fill possibly with a couple candles here for the downside. If we get to that 50% range, then I will take our order off. As long as we haven't gotten back there, I assume this move can continue. Into the 830s. Almost that 50% range now. All right, they tapped into it. So now probably could readjust our entry. Maybe a little bit more patient for something better. 7 minutes till this hourly candle closes. Where does this pullback come down to, huh? Cancel our order right now. We're getting a nice reaction from the bulls off that VWAP. That's kind of what we were expecting to see there. Decent little wick on the hourly candle as well. So let's give this a couple minutes here. Hourly candle wicked pretty nicely. No reason to rush anything. Neck is very tight. Neck is feeling very tight. Pulling back towards that 50%. Previous little spot there. Getting a little bit of resistance from the sellers. Trying back towards the EMA now. Below the hundreds. Excuse me. Quite a pull now from the sellers. They got back to that 50% range, and now they're pushing it quite a bit lower. T-Naz is in here, yes or no? Excuse me. Might look for a small break of this previous hourly candle. Didn't really want to see VWAP give it up, but we'll see what happens here. Getting compressed below the EMA. Sellers are showing themselves. Yeah, today's gonna be a good day for Thomas. I think so too, Sauce. I texted him early. I was like, yo, we have a mini deal with China. Market's reacting very bullish. Look for longs possibly. So we'll see what he's doing. See what he's doing. See what the kid thinks. Just trying below the VWAP again here. We're feeling long, boys. We just gotta find a spot to get in there. Didn't quite get a VWAP test there again. We have 2 minutes till this hourly candle starts on the new. Wouldn't mind seeing this just flush below this one previous real quick and then get a reaction. Trying back towards the VWAP now. Lots of wicks in here. Excuse me. We're looking for a long in this area. We want to see maybe a pullback with this last little bit of this hourly. We have a minute and a half until the new candle opens. Sweeping below the bottom of this one really swift would be a nice little long entry. We're already below VWAP with it though, so I don't love it as much. Price volatility slowing down quite a bit. We're at the 790s. Getting compressed below the EMA. Stuck between that and the VWAP at the moment. Here's a move by the sellers. See if they can keep it going. Back to the VWAP now. That was a VWAP test there. New candle's opening up now. If we get a swift push below these 748s and then a reaction out of it, we will be very long. See what price does here on the VWAP. Hourly candle's pulling back. Hourly candle's pulling back. We haven't had a sweep of liquidity yet, so Something to keep in mind. Technically, we did up top, though. We're in this overall gap. Price below the VWAP now. Keep being patient, gauge the reactions. Where did this price end up getting to? Price getting compressed a little bit by the EMA. Bouncing between that and the VWAP at the moment. Price held the VWAP at the moment. We got a test of it. Now we're holding. Back towards these 800s. Back towards these 800s. We're going to try again here. It feels like it's a little early, but we're going to go for it. Feels a little early. Price is wicking. All right. Those accounts are passed. We're funded, baby. Back to funded, baby. 53s all around on all of them. We found our spot there. We got in with the bottom of this buy here. Another VWAP test. And we got our move. Now I just want to see this continue. I have a feeling bulls are going to be holding this VWAP bottom. Let's go, Will. Come on. We're back in there. We bought the bottom of this little move down off of, after resupporting VWAP. This previous bottom is where I found support. We'd still be in this trade looking for a continuation back towards the top of the range. Appreciate Saucy. Appreciate it, man. We're back funded with 5 accounts, boys. So that's day 2 of the 4. So now we have 2 days. So tomorrow is going to be trying to get 2 or 3K with the 2 contracts. And then Wednesday we're going for the hills, boys. We're trying to get 10K in each account, max payout, 5K per account, 25,000. After they're split, it'd be 10%. So you get 22,500 in the bank account. And we're looking for that for Wednesday. But we found a good spot here. This last little support of the VWAP and then the last retry of it is where we got long. I think we got long our fill price. Let's go look real quick. Entry price was the 776. Go to chart. Yeah, we'd be in this trade right now. Up about 2 grand full contracts. Beautiful. And now we just be patient. We just be patient. See this continue if it's going to. It should push back towards the 50%, maybe the top of the range. We're kind of forming a bit of a Some decent structure here. That was a very quick trade. Very quick trade. We'd still be in it right now. We found a good spot to get involved. Trying back to the 800s now after pushing back towards that range. Will, hope you had a good Mother's Day too, brother. Not sure your situation, but we're blessed to have moms and blessed to have love. So I hope you had to enjoy your day. Hope you have a good day today as well. Pass your accounts, or no, you already passed your accounts. You said you passed Friday, right? So you're trading XFAs today. How's that going, bro? Hell yeah. Just noticed this thing's been in our screen the whole time. Get that out of there. Hell yeah. Had a great day. Had a great day with the fam. Got to see my mom, obviously, my grandmother, my aunt and her kiddos, my sister and her girl. So whole generations were there. We had a cookout. We had a really good time. You're trading the XFAs today, bro. Hell yeah. There's a lot of opportunity. Literally, since market open, this first 15-minute range is 160, 170 points. So the first 15-minute range is an indication of today's range. Then you're going to be lots of opportunity. Hold your winners, bro. Find a good spot to get involved, and you can make a really good chunk of change today. Again, just hold your winners. We have what in my mind is pretty decent catalyst. You know, we have a trade agreement so far between China and the U.S. Like, opportunity. I can't believe we're only, like, this isn't a combining trade. Otherwise, we got a full port from these 778s. I think 776 right that long. Yeah, we'd just be full port. We'd be full port going for the absolute missile right now if this does turn around. Found some support on the VWAP. I don't actually love this structure here, so I'll show you. Excuse me. We have a little bit something like this happening. We want to see this break on the other side of that. I want to see this break on the other side of that, and if it does, we should be Valhalla. Currently being contained by the sellers. See the reaction. Pressing back to that EMA. Thomas, setting up the PC. Hell yeah, buddy. Happy you're here, man. Lots of reaction. We have 170 point 15-minute range. So I think the volatility is there. You have an opportunity, I think, for sure to make a good amount of money today, T9. Just find a good spot to get involved. Be patient. Obviously, the range is there. We have a good catalyst with trade, U.S. and China coming to a mini deal. We got things here. Opportunity for some money this week. So let's focus in, dial up, and do what we got to do. Happy you're joining us, brother. Still compressing a little bit above the VWAP and EMA or price. Above this trend line would be bullish back towards that 50% range, possibly the top of the range in general. Continuing to compress, we could see maybe back to the lower day, back to the bottom of that 15-minute range. We've still been trading inside of the range since we've opened. Obviously, it's a pretty thick range, but still. Important candle here. Bulls reclaim that denial. Breaking out of this trend line officially. Closure above here would be continuation. Closure outside of this trend line should bring some continuation. We've already got the structure we needed. We supported the VWAP. We got to pull back. See what happens. Price is trying the 830s now, pressing back towards that 50% range of the 50-minute. 50% of the 50-minute range. Lots of opportunity today, boys. Volatility seems to be back for this Monday. I think we're going to have a good rest of the week as well. See what happens. Price is trying back towards this previous high, the 830s, the 50% of the 15-minute range. We broke out of this trend line. We've already found structure at the VWAP. We should see some continuation now. Here's officially the 50%. Sellers were pretty heavy here previously, so gauge participation. I'm expecting the buyers to bring this higher, but let's be observant. Market's already up 3.5% on the day. Market open, we were at like 4% and some change. So, very bullish reaction so far. We're trying the other wick of that previous high now. Some obvious resistance here, and this 50% range. Getting above this should bring us back to the top of the 15-minute range here, back towards market opening print price. Another trade for the boys. Oh, you're crazy, saucy man. Can't do it. These are past. These are past and not needed to be touched, my boy. Tomorrow I'll put a nice fat one on for you, though. And then hopefully that can be the start. Hopefully tomorrow. Again, at any point, you're 4 days away. If you're playing with this strategy, at any point, 4 days away from a max allocated $22,500 hitting your bank account. And we officially just passed day 2 of the 4. So we have 2 more days to go. Tomorrow, max allocate. Try to get, 2 or 3K. About 100 points. 120 points with 2 contracts. Somewhere in that range. Whatever the market's offering. So you're going to push down towards the top of this previous wick. And then day 4, buddy. Day 4 is the day. Wednesday's the day that we're really hoping for swing for it. We'll be getting max leverage. Going for like 70 points. Hit the last 7K and hit the 10K payout or the 5K payout. So don't worry. She's coming for you, buddy. But today we did our job. Today we did what we needed. Trying the top of this wick now. Let's see if we get some continuation. Buyers are looking a little bit extended. Just a little bit extended here. How about you put on a trade for the boys, Sauce? How about you get a little account going, a little combine running, and show the boys what you got. As soon as you're ready, we're gonna blow it up with you. Start getting you on these charts, hitting the buttons, finding your spots. Price testing is still at this 50%. Haven't broke up, haven't broke down, just holding. Oh, dude, you're gonna start hitting those buttons. What's the app? You gotta go. Well, technically, this is on. It's just a web browser, so you can go to topstepx.com. But you have to sign up with topstep.com, and then you can actually. That's where you purchase the account, topstep.com, and then once you do that, you can go to TopstepX, log in, and then put on some trades. But giving a little bear bull flag now, holding this 50% range. Could see some continuation if this continues to support. Holds this EMA in the 50% range. I'd expect us to keep pushing higher here. Holding the EMA still. For anybody trading with opportunity for real money today, live account, funded accounts, whatever it is, just be patient. Find a good spot where it really lines up with the direction, and just hold your winners. Today seems like a good day for some opportunity. Massive 15-minute range. Massive. After a really strong push up, so it's one of those who knows. It's one of those who knows, but it looks pretty decent for opportunity. Price curling now, getting rejected at that 50% again. Price is trying back towards these 20,800s. Previous spot where some support was found. Jeez. If you guys want to jump in Discord later and show me what's up, I'd appreciate that. No doubt, buddy. No doubt. Once you, yeah, it's real simple. We'll show you around and show you how to poke which ones to do, and then you're in there. Come on, come on. Price still bouncing right now, above the VWAP. We're at 20,800s. Oh, I've had a headache for 2 days straight. I don't know why. Yeah, I can help you with your lunch break too, brother. No problem. Not a problem. Whenever you want. Still early. First hour of the market. Still early. Definitely a little interesting price action. Sorry. Jeez. I anticipate this trend to continue to hold, but the only way to find out is to keep watching and seeing. What time you go on lunch, Brett? Noon. Price is trying back towards that 50%. Could be a pretty important moment. Either buyer's going to continue bringing this higher. This is just going to be a spot for shorts to re-add. Decent reaction from the buyer so far at this price. Back to the 50%. We got a big gap created overnight from the news. Obviously, that's to target, but I don't know if it's gonna exactly be a target for the day. Around noonish, yeah, we had our big UPS shipment coming in from Germany today, so we try to get our lunchies out of the way to get working on that. Ooh, from Germany, huh? Big old thick shipment from Germany. Nice, new kicks. Nope, not working today. Not working today, and then tomorrow, I also don't think I'm working, and there's a chance I work Wednesday, but there's a chance I don't. How I'm seeing it is, if I don't have to work tomorrow, I mean Wednesday, then we're gonna max. We're gonna crush. If I have to go work, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because if I can be patient on Wednesday, you know what I mean, and not have to just get my trade in between 9 to 11, I don't really mind that time frame. I think there's a lot of opportunity within the 9 to 11. But just if I could maybe be a little bit more patient, like maybe I get into a trade like 10:30, who knows, you know what I mean, not to hold for a while. Might as well quit right now. Oh, dude, I'm gonna. We're in there. Big old, you bought a house, Thomas, and we're going. We're doing it. It's time. Speaking of that, what's our rough idea of how long we have to wait before we can? I mean, I know contracts take whatever time they take. So I don't know, like what? A couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, month. What's our timeline looking like roughly? This music's hyping me up. Straight EDM music. Trying this trend line again. That 50% was supported again for re-entry for shorts. Now VWAP at the latest, I think, closing in June 6th. So at the latest. So at the latest, June 6th. So earlier, better than that potentially. So possibly June 1 we're in. Could be interesting. Price is pushing below the VWAP again. Failed to break above that 50% 3 times. And when we fail to go up, we go down. Or we fail to go down, you go up. So looks like we're trying below that hourly candle, the 10 o'clock candle. Made 60 points with 5, of course. Hey, 60. That's $6,000, bub. Would you take a short off that 50% range? I love it. Hey, that's just scalp 1. Now you have 2 more tries, so now you have 3 pokes at your 15 leverage. I love it. I love it. Perfect situation. You're gonna crush. You have 3 attempts with those 15 max allocation. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're gonna smash. Find a spot to get involved with the right side of this direction, and boom. Price is pushing now below, close, trying to bottom that 15-minute range. The first time we've really tested one of the outside edges since creating the range. Traded inside of it this for the last hour. Failed to break above that 50% line there, and sellers took it down. We officially broke out of the bottom now. See the reaction. We're officially on the bottom of the 15-minute range. First time since creating it an hour ago. Quick first loss trying to long that bottom. Yeah, that's the bottom of the 15-minute range. I would have done the same shit. I would have done the same, brother. Sorry, I got 2 more tries here. I'm expecting us to just kind of bounce around here. If we get a strong reaction back inside of that range, that could be an indication. Otherwise, we have a pretty thick, mean, bully gap candle here that's offers no real good locations other than obviously the bottom of it, which would be the London low, but I don't really love that either. So right now, just wait, see what happens. We push through the range at the 720s. See, like this, if this wicks and we push right back into that range, oof, could be attractive. To give us a bottom that you can then try to hold off of the next time we get a retest of it. Market's officially been open for an hour now. 1 hour in. Hey, 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 hey. Sellers showing themselves. Into the 720s now. I feel like it's going to be one of those classics where it's not till like 11:30, maybe even noon before we find the bottom, and then we rip all day. Like, you know what I mean? How I'm thinking about it right now is into the 700s, 715s. Everybody and their sister was aware of the trade agreement, right? So this could just be the initial reaction, people taking profits from being up. We have a big old attractive gap close down there as well. I'm kind of anticipating for it to hold through Monday, but we'll see. Into the 700s now. Officially digging into this big bullish candle now. All the bottoms have been eaten. So now there's really nothing to be done unless you're waiting for that London low to be broken, which would be down at the, what is that? It's criminal. Down at the 560s. Which doesn't seem impossible. 140 points from here. Breaking into the 700s. Breaking into the 700s. Oh, number 2 of the 700s. I respect that. Now it looks like we're going to frickin' tease you out, buddy. Feel like we're about to tease you out, buddy. Interesting little song here. Bro, this better not turn around on the 700 price after wicking down to the 680s. I'll be so upset for UT Nans. Finding a little bit of support, at least. Just a little bit. Well, if you didn't get worked out, you'd be up 30 points, which I know you wouldn't be taking it there anyway, so let's keep seeing what happens here. Man, that's a brutal wick out if they do. Just brutal. Where does this end up turning at? 690. 689 and literally just barely through below the 10 points, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, that ain't it. Better turn around then. Come back down towards those numbers then, just to pushing back inside of this 15-minute range here could be pretty powerful if they do get there. Maybe above the EMA and into that 15-minute range. I expect some better structure to be created, though, before that really happens. The song is different. Looks like we're kind of getting compressed by the EMA there. Trying back towards the 710s. Will we find some support here? Decent structure at the 700s. What does 50% of this candle here? We got 564. 780, so 70. There are these 70s roughly. 670. Interesting. What do we get to? 690? Yeah, okay. Price is still right here at the EMA, or at the lows. 25 minutes till Europe closes. Usually around 11, 12, we get a little opposite trend trading. Lunchtime endeavors. Strong reaction so far. Back to the EMA. Getting above that would be interesting here. Wicking it just like that could show us a direction though. Tell you what, I would not long a candle like that with that type of reaction. A lot of volatility here at the 720s. Price is being agreed on by both people. Very interesting price action. Look at that candle. Extremely volatile. Hard spot to be in if you're trying to get in a trade here. With a tight stop at least. Below this low, I'd expect some continuation towards like these 670s. Above this EMA, possibly back into that range. Only reason I'll be happy to see this continue lower now is so that TNADS wasn't bottom ticked out of that, because otherwise it's just brutal. Compressing below the EMA a little here. Broke out of the 15-minute range. Failure to break back inside of it. We failed to break beyond that 50% range. Might be seeing some lower prices. $22 minutes till Europe close. Nah, I'm long. Laugh my ass off. You got long at 700? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Above the EMA here, back into the 15-minute range would be massive. $7.16. Word. Only 5 again. Of course we are. It's okay. That keeps you going though. Another 3 grand. So you just got back one of your lives. I would just keep holding. Maybe get back above the VWAP. You can try to find a spot to find an ad on a retracement or something. But we swept that previous hourly bottom. If we push back into this 15-minute range, which we're trying to right now, the only spot I expect sellers to kind of show themselves. We get back to this VWAP. It looks pretty sexy. Into the 750s now, about 20 points off the VWAP. Breaking back into this range is very good. 60s now. Come on. Bro, that first trade we got wicked out with 15 is absolutely disgusting, though. Trying the VWAP again. Holy cow, my head. I have such a headache. It's 2 days straight. Not sure why at all. Pressing back to the VWAP now. Strongly back into the 15-minute range. See it hold. See us get above the VWAP. It's going to be the next obvious spot for some selling resistance. I really like that, though. Really like that we got the breakout there. See the reaction? We're at the VWAP. About 70 points from the bottom now. Hourly candle to the left there is looking pretty decent with us holding that bottom like that. Hell yeah, there's a nice push above the VWAP. Couple shorts getting squoze out. EMA is curling back towards the VWAP. We see that continue to curl and base there. That'd be very attractive for your position T9s. Let's hopefully see this hourly candle on the left there continue to wick and hold the way it is. It's kind of creating a little bit of a doji at the moment, but if that starts turning around to be bullish, should be extremely attractive. I don't know how you're thinking about managing this one, but maybe just add your way in or get out and find a better spot with the profit, but I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind averaging in. Like right now, I'd look to see like a retest maybe of one of these imbalances, maybe the bottom of this 15-minute range again, something like this. I don't know, 750s. We find some support here, though. We have nothing but upside of potential. If we can get some support there. My thing is all lagged out, so I'm not sure who's here hanging out, but if you guys hit the like button, helps me out a lot. Also just means a lot to know that you guys are enjoying hanging out every day. We're doing it, having fun, so subscribe if you're not. And yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be funded with some Vive accounts, trying to do it all over again, either blowing them or getting to that first checkpoint to go for it on Wednesday. Hourly candles flickering between a doji and a bear print right now. If we continue to hold this and the EMA keeps curling up, this would be very good for the longs. I would probably be personally looking for an ad on maybe one of these bottoms, or maybe this 15-minute bottom here or something like this. Maybe the 60s or the 50s. We had an imbalance here that was inverted, created another imbalance. So I'd probably look for like a 50, like right here. I'd be looking for like a 56 long personally, if I wasn't already in something. But see what happens. Price is trying the 800s again. This 50% range of this first 15-minute opening range is where we found a lot of selling. Each time it's failed to break above there. EMA's curling pretty aggressively. Back to the VWAP now. "15 minutes until the Europe close. Hourly candles printing bullish now. Pretty good string of consecutive white candles here. So let's see the reaction on a pullback, probably towards VWAP or something here. We're at the 806s. Price is still pressing now. Trying the 810s. 840s, the clear resistance, or we're gonna have, or I think it's like 830, 835. Yeah, about 833-ish, 830, mid 830s, 835s, where we have that big resistance from the sellers. They've been holding it down all morning. Let's see the reaction here. Overall, it's a pretty bullish move to catch the sellers like that. Bulls caught that move and trying to counter it, so we'll see what happens. EMA officially curled back over the VWAP now. A little less than 12 minutes here for Europe close. Price is back above the VWAP. Volume slowing up a little bit as we're getting closer and closer to Europe close, closer to lunch. For bulls, this is a pretty healthy retracement, right? Just a couple candles that are kind of going sideways slash a little bit down after a strong couple little candle chain of bullish candles. Little chain of bullish candles, and now you're going to expect some retracement, some pullback, some reaction if you want to see this actually continue higher here. This looks pretty solid. See what happens. For the first time, price is really trying to respect this EMA. Hasn't really been respecting it much this morning. Price tried VWAP right there. Got a decent little reaction. I see this as a pretty clean bull flag. A nice strong pull. Descending triangle into a key level. Easy liquidity above. It's a nice bull flag setup possibly. The hourly candle still flickering between bullish or bearish. Has a print. About 7 minutes till it closes. 7 minutes till Europe close. Next 7 minutes to determine the hourly print. Will it be bullish or bearish? Looks like that opening print price was 790, something like that. Decent reaction from the bulls so far. We'll see it continue. Push past the 8s here. Nice candle so far printed for the bulls. Strong close as well. That bull flag did break out now. Let's see what happens at the 810s. Five minutes till Europe closes here. The hourly candle's finally printing what appears to be a little bit bullish. Excuse me. Pressing higher now. Let's see some continuation. EMA is officially based back above the VWAP. Very good for bulls. Bears try to rip it down, but bulls caught it and brought it right back into that range. So that on top of the catalyst for the information for the news we got, I'd be hard to be a bear right now. Into the EMA again, back below the 800s. How are you managing this trade, T-Naz? What are you looking at? You still in for 5? Or are you looking to just hold and add? Are you getting out and looking for a spot? Are you already out? Trying back to the VWAP once again here. Hourly candle still flickering between bullish or bearish. It's now flipped bearish. Flip bearish. Back and forth, back and forth. Battle price right here at the 790s. I'm in for 10 right now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Thomas. Let's see VWAP get supported. Average at 53. Perfect. Trying the 800s again. Opening bottom. Yeah, that's your average. Yeah, I mean, we could see another test of it, but I don't want to see them get back below the VWAP here. Failure to hold the VWAP would be tough. I think the buyer should definitely be able to hold that if that's where they want to go. I mean, again, we have these imbalances here. I would have, yeah, it's tough. It's tough because your average is really nice, a sexy price where I'd be looking to get it back in if we did get a retest. So it's like, do you take the loss on that? Like, it's tough. It's a tough spot, but I like your price, bro. Definitely. Let's just see it, not even have to worry about it. See the VWAP hold here. Buyers see support the VWAP. Market's up 3.2% on the day so far. Taking lunch in the Minsky's? Hell yeah, sauce. I'm gonna get out of here in a couple minutes too, so you can give me a ring and I'll help you out if you want. We're in a range downtrending and not getting a strong break of the trend. No, we're not. In this here. Well, that's what's frustrating is this initial downtrend, which we already had intraday. We just had a break of it, but it was just brought right back in by the sellers. So failure to continue that move on the VWAP will not be very attractive. Ugh. EMA is curling a little bit again. This is where I kind of want to see it bounce. If this move is going to be for real, this is where it's going to be a big moment. 1 minute till Europe closes. They broke below the VWAP. You have a compilation of all the times I've just open mouth yawned. All my burps and all my yawns. Very important candle. This has to react strong to hold this trend, hold this move from breaking down again. To break out of this downside trend. The hourly candle officially printed red. Crazy. Crazy. Lots of back and forth right now. After a super strong move up overnight, we're kind of just going sideways. We're now consolidating a little bit. Very important for the bulls here to get back above the EMA and get back above this VWAP and this trend line. This can be a very big moment if they can hold it. But it's going to do it for me here today, guys. As always, had a blast hanging out. Hope you guys found some decent trades. Hope you were able to keep your account safe. Hit like on the video if you haven't yet, because it helps and feels good. Helps to know we're going in the right direction. If you're not subscribed, well, yeah, really should be. And we'll see what happens here for the rest of the week. Interesting action. We have a 90-day trade agreement between U.S. and China. Maybe see some continued support for the markets the rest of the week. We'll see what happens, but we'll be here covering it live. And I really appreciate you guys. Looks like we are trying to hold the view up, Tinez. It'd be sexy if we can hold. Get back to the 800s here. Might be the last little structure needed to really break here. Ooh, what a volatility just came in right there. But like, subscribe, and come back tomorrow. Hang out and do it all over again. So I appreciate you guys. Good luck on the markets, and let's hope this turned around and keeps breaking up for us. All right.